When we report these investments at fair value $270 million, it actually indicated that we need to make an adjustment. On the book, we reported these investments as $278.4 million. But on the balance sheet, when we are asked to report the investments as $270 million, we need to make an adjustment because originally we record these investments at $278.4 million on December 31st, 2018. Fair value on 2018 at the end of 2018 is 270. So fair value adjustment should be $8.4 million. We need to adjust the value from 278.4 to $270 million. When there is a negative sign for fair value adjustment, that means it's a credit. So we will make a journal entry to change the balance from $278.4 million to $270 million. This is unrealized holding gains, holding loss. And because it's available for sale securities, we put these unrealized holding loss onto other comprehensive income. And then we credit this fair value adjustment. For $8.4 million. By this entry, we changed the value of these investments from $278.4 to $270 million. And then in requirement 4, the company sold these investments for $290 million on January 1st, 2019. So fair value is changed from $270 million to $290 million. The fair value adjustment account is the latest amount minus the amortized cost of these bonds. Okay. So we need to have, we will store $11.6 million positively in the fair value adjustment account. It was 8.4 credit account. Now it should be debit 11.6. So how much adjustment should we make? What journal entry can we make in order to make a credit 8.4 become a debit 11.6? To illustrate to you, let me use a fair value adjustment T account. So on December 31st, we had fair value adjustment on the credit side. And then on January 2nd, we want a debit balance for this account. From negative 8.4 to positive 11.6. we need to add something to 8.4. So that adjustment within the fair value adjustment should be a debit. Okay, so let me write the algebra for you. A negative 8.4 plus something should be equal to positive 11.6. Therefore, x is equal to 8.4, negative 8.4, move to the other side of the equation. Is $20 million. So before we sell these investments, we need to make an adjustment to make the fair value adjustment account reach to 11.6 debit balance. So the journal entry will be a debit of fair value adjustment for this $20 million and credit. Again, this is the journal entry before we sell the investment, so it's not realized. Okay. Now we have make the fair value adjustment account reach to the debit balance of 11.6. We should sell the investment now. Okay, we sell the investment by $290 million. So we debit cash for this selling price, and we need to remove the book value of these bonds. I shouldn't say book value, I should say the our tracking record of the amortized cost. And this 278.4 million contains two elements. One is the face value of the bonds. So we remove the face value of the bonds. The other is the unamortized discounts. When they first purchased these bonds, remember in requirement 1, there was a debit premium on bond investments for $40 million, the difference between cash $280 and the face value of bonds $240. Now 1.6 of that $40 million of premiums had been amortized, so the unamortized premiums should be removed. To amortize the remaining unamortized premiums, we put them onto credit side. Total premiums at issuance was 40, and we have amortized 1.6, so 38.4 should be removed. And finally, we will balance this entry by gain or loss. Here we have $278.4 million on the credit side. Debit we have 290, so credit is low. We will plug in a credit. When it's a credit, we call it a gain on sale of investment.
This gain is on
the income statement. Well, we have realized a gain of $11.6 million by comparing a book value versus a fair value, the amortized cost versus the fair value. From the amortized cost to this fair value, we had fair value adjustment and unrealized holding loss and unrealized holding gain. These accounts are on the balance sheet. Other comprehensive income will go to accumulated other comprehensive income on balance sheet, so we need to remove them. We had recorded a decrease of other comprehensive income and an increase of other comprehensive income. So the net impact, net change of other comprehensive income is a positive 11.6. We need to remove that positive $11.6 million of other comprehensive income. Also, our fair value adjustment account had a balance of $11.6 million. We need to remove this balance $11.6 million as well. Okay. So to remove this fair value 11.6 debit, we put it onto credit. This is for available for sale securities. And to remove the net change of unrealized holding gains or loss in other comprehensive income, we had debit 8.4 and credit 20, so the net balance of OCI is the credit 11.6. To remove the net change of unrealized holding gains or loss in OCI of the credit $11.6 million, we put it onto debit. But we don't call it unrealized holding gains or loss on OCI anymore. We call it reclassification adjustment in OCI for $11.6 million.